Hey guys, how is everything? Hope you are well. Based on your adult life, are you considering a career that could give you the opportunity to work during the night so it frees up your day for any other adult activity or lifestyle you currently are living? That is exactly what today's video is about. Today we will be talking about 5 overnight jobs in the protective service. Have you worked in the protective service before? Have you considered the protective service? If you haven't, how about we listen to some jobs that might tickle your fancy, might probably sound interesting to you, but you just haven't considered it because it hasn't crossed your mind. That is part of what this video is going to be doing, bringing these things to your idea, to your mind's eye, so you think about these things and explore every possible opportunity. And with every of these jobs in the protective service, overnight jobs, I'll be telling you how much you could potentially earn in a year here in the UK. So first is the police officer job. Whether you're male or female, as a matter of fact, I like when I see those female police women with their police attire. They look so smart. I love it. This job covers for both men and women. As a matter of fact, once you have the skill and the ability, you are certain to get this job. And police jobs here in the UK actually isn't extremely stressful or tasking. If you even see them, many times they be looking chill. I admire them. The police jobs here in the UK, it usually involves them either issuing tickets to probably traffic offenders, patrolling neighborhood and the area, checking for crime and violent activity, pretty much to keep the environment sane. That is basically what we see them do, isn't it? But necessarily it is important that one has and possesses the skill to do this job, because however chill it might seem, it can be really sensitive, especially when you're dealing with criminal offenders. Hence, it's going to be very important and beneficial that a person who wants to take on this job is physically and mentally fit. Also, enrolling and getting the certificate of the law enforcement training will do a lot in covering all what it takes to be a police officer here in the UK. Bagging that career, then you can go ahead to have it as a full-time night job in a protective service, and you can potentially earn over £40,000 in a year depending on your position and ranking as a police officer. Another well-paying night job slash career you can do here in the UK, as a matter of fact, you can earn up to £70,000 a year. But that depends on your ranking and your position in this career. What are we talking? I am talking a firefighter. The firefighter job, as you can imagine, is an emergency job. It's a job that deals with spontaneity, in the sense that you could just be one time chilling with your phone or eating or something, and you get called to action and you have to respond instantly. So that is why this is an amazing night job. As a matter of fact, fire incidents can be extremely dangerous at any time of the day, how much more at night. This making the job of a firefighter and the position of a firefighter an extremely important one. What is required of you to become a firefighter are usually some personal interviews, some written tests, physical tests as well, and the fire academy training. One interesting fact: my dad is a firefighter, or he worked as a firefighter for over 40 years of his life. He worked with the Nigerian Federal Fire Service and retired, and is still doing some backup training for younger ones, like younger firefighters, in his retirement. Just for fun fact. Now, this next job can be quite sensitive, in the sense that it involves a lot of mental and physical strength based on the activities surrounding this job. I am talking being a correctional officer. A correctional officer in this case involves working with inmates in cells. And with working with inmates in cells, you can imagine that you work up until the night. Usually the night shifts can be very critical. These are the reasons why mental skills strength is very important. As a correctional officer, the person's job entails escorting inmates in and out of their cells for recreational activities around the prison ward, as well as checking for contraband, checking for what they're not supposed to handle, like weapons and all of that stuff, and out of bound items, contraband in general, as well as enforcing discipline within the confines of the environment. But like every other protectional service job, it can be really rewarding as well, as you can earn here in the UK over £36,000 in a year, depending on your ranking and your position. This next job sounds very chill, sounds breezy. I'm talking 911 dispatcher. So working as a 911 dispatcher as an overnight job could be demanding depending on what emergency you're handling. Skills required in this job is a good listening ear, good communication skill, because as a matter of fact, you need to be able to listen well in order to access the situation in the most appropriate manner, as well as being able to communicate it to whichever emergency department it needs to get to. As with this job, you're dealing with callers who are calling for either fire emergency, police emergency in terms of crime, or in terms of an intruder in their space at night. Could also be a situation where somebody is calling on behalf of their family member who is in a health hazard. Probably they're not able to breathe well, so you might need to give them some advice on how to perform some initial first aid treatment and be able to keep them calm whilst you're managing the situation. As a 911 dispatcher, you could potentially earn up to £30,000 in a year. And last but not the least are security guards. You see the office building, the banks, the hospitals, retail stores, fashion enterprises, business places in general, they definitely always employ security personnel to take charge of their properties, and that's most important at night, making it necessary for a security guard on a night shift to be able to understand how surveillance system works. I'm talking CCTV and other surveillance gadgets available on site to be able to keep track of activities that go on in the environment, because that is very, very important. In the event that something happens, the security personnel will be able to go back to the recordings of the time and dates of past events to be able to sift out a particular scenario or event, which is very necessary for further findings. While on this job, part of the necessary skills are being observant. Being physically fit is also very necessary, because with observation, for example, the security guard will be able to give profound reports of events that happen during his or her shift. And usually the most of the requirements to be a security guard here in the UK are some identity cards and most importantly background check for criminal records and other things that fall in between. On an average, depending on the type of contract this security person is on, they can potentially earn over £25,000 a year. It could be more really. These salary figures are based on job sites estimates. Job sites like Indeed, Reed, these are the figures they give roughly for this job and careers, and it could differ from ranking and position. Do you currently work in any of the careers mentioned? Let us know your experience down in the comment section. And if this video has given you some insight or some consideration towards these careers, also let us know in the comment section, and I'll catch you in the next video.